Welcome back, everyone. This is Ms. Cruz again. So last time we went over the different papers that you're going to take in IB, and we went over paper 1, what the topics were, and we started with a 13A, which is worth 3 marks. Today we're going to go over a 13B, which is worth a total of 2 marks. Okay, so this one's a little bit easier because we just need to point out 2 things that we see in the image. And so this question is asking us, what does source N suggest about the characteristics of opposition to desegregation? Okay, so basically, the people who are opposed to desegregation, who are those people? What are they doing? What are they like? So on and etc. So the citation, which remember we always read the citation, never skip the citation. Says, photograph of protesters at a pro-segregation rally in Baltimore, 1954. The posters at the front of the photograph read, "We want our rights." That's the one that we see right here. It says, "We can't fight alone." That's this one. And join us now. And we can't fight alone. We can't fight alone, join us now, and then we can't fight alone. Oh, I mean, you see them. But, sorry, this one is this one, and this one is this sign. We can't fight alone, join us now. So we want to just kind of look at this image and see some of the things we point out. So one thing I immediately notice is that they're all white. None of them are black. Okay, none of them look Hispanic. They all look pretty white. It's a lot of women. So we see that women were big proponents of segregation, of keeping schools separate based on race. We also see that it seems like it's a pretty, they're just doing a protest. And so it looks like it's a pretty peaceful protest. There's no, we don't see any cops. We don't see any like riot gear. Okay. So it seems like this wasn't a threat at all. Not like a threatening protest in any way. Lastly, I think the other thing I see is this, we want our rights. We can't fight alone. So there was a feeling of being alone, based on what the picture says. And so for our 13B, we just need to pick 2 of those things. And this is going to be a pretty simple answer here, okay? So again, when we get to 13B, we would write 13B into our little packet, and then we just answer the question. So protesters of desegregation, sorry. And you can just pick 2 of the best ones. So you could say protesters of desegregation are mostly women and mostly white. You could say protesters of desegregation were peaceful protesters and they were mostly women, or they were peaceful protesters and they also felt alone, or they felt isolated. So protesters of desegregation, I'm just going to go with the first 2, were mostly white and supported by mostly women. And that's it. And then again, if I'm the IB grader and I'm grading this, I'm going to see this first description. Here's the first one, mostly white. And then I'm going to see the second description, mostly women. And you get your full 2 marks. And that's it.